Hello, I'm Rosina Buckman. I'm talking to you today about seed saving. I've been saving seeds all my life, and now I've discovered how important it is, living in the subtropics especially, that when I save the seeds from my own garden, they're already acclimatised to my soil and to my climate. One of the most important parts of seed saving is research. And this book is what we call the Seed Saver's Bible. And I recommend it to everybody to even just get it from the library. Check it out, it's wonderful. Let's look at the things that we actually need. Not very many, but some of them are most important. And the most important I find is this sieve. I've had it for 20 years, so it's a little bit battered, but it has 3 graduations, fine, medium and large. And if I'm doing small seeds, I tend to put the whole lot in there and just put the seeds in and shake them and collect them. The next thing you would need would be some containers to put your seeds in, to store them in, right? So here are recycled things like medicine bottles, film, casks, old ones, these tiny little bags, something you can get from the bank. Even cosmetic jars are good. Okay, so you can use those. I also recycle my bags from the chemist, and I use them for storing my seeds in and collecting my seeds in as well. Other things you can recycle are these wonderful little trays that you get with your meat and that sort of thing from the supermarket. And little jars that you get jams and things in, save those because they're very useful for jobs. Tiny little ones like that are wonderful if you can ever get hold of them. The last thing that I would recommend that you have handy is some string, and the most important thing of all is your marking pen. It has to be waterproof, and never ever start any job without it. Okay, we've got the things we need: paper bag, pair of scissors. Let's go out in the garden and save some seeds. Ah, look at this. This is a dill. Just exactly what we need. Okay, it's the perfect time of the year. It's dried off enough to save. So I just snip it off like that and drop it into the bag. There we go, and we've saved our seeds. Okay, now we've got our seeds. Let's go back to the table and I'll show you how to store them. The first thing to remember to do is to label and date your bag. So this is dill, and the date is the 31st of the 10th. And you grab it from the top, get your piece of string, tie it around. No, talk amongst yourselves. Right, and make a little loop so that you can hang it up in your garden shed. The next thing you do, while they're drying off completely, is just put 2 little holes in either side, just to give them a little bit of ventilation. And just open up the bag a little bit like that. Take it into your garden shed, into a nice cool dry place, and hang it up for 2 or 3 weeks, and then you're ready to store them in your containers. So now it's been stored for a couple of weeks. We take it out of the bag, and I've found my sieve, and I've put in the medium grated one, and I'm going to just rub the seeds over the grill, and that'll be plenty for what mine needs and for my neighbours as well. And then I'm going to tip them out here. What a harvest! Look at that! Isn't that amazing? And there they are. So then to save them, so now I just put them in my little storage jar. Sometimes because they're quite big seeds, you have to shake them in. put the lid on. And I'll have to refer to my, when I picked them. Dill, 31st of the 10th, 09, Veggie Village. And there you are, you've got a record of it, you know exactly when you picked it, and then you put it in your storage area in your garden shed. This is a Roma tomato, and I'm saving it because it comes from my best plant, and I want to grow it on next year. And this is the way I do it. I get a knife, and I slit it down, and I find the seeds, and they're all mushy and funny. I dig them out and put them into this container. Not a lot of seeds there really, but it'll work. And there's a few more there. Scrape them all out. I think that's about the lot. Okay. I'll eat that for later. And then I just mush them up a little bit in the water. So I need a funnel. It's easier with a funnel. And just pick it up and just tip it in there. Make sure you get all the seeds in. Yeah. And then put the lid on and leave it for 2 or 3 days and shake it once a day, and in 2 or 3 days all the seeds will have gone down to the bottom, and then you'll be able to harvest them. And I'm going to do the same thing with this rock melon, and when these dear little Thai pinks that grow in this garden here at the Veggie Village, when they ripen, I'll save some seeds from them too, because I really would love to grow them. So here are some seeds that I put in this jar 3 days ago. And you see how all the seeds have gone to the bottom? So now they're ready to save. And this is how I do it. I have here a sieve. And I just tip them into the sieve. And they're still a little bit jelly, so they're going to need a little bit more cleaning. So I just pour some water over them, and I just very, very, very gently get rid of that stuff. Okay. Now, all you need to do is dry them off a little bit and put them out onto a little kitchen paper, and I normally just spread them over like this and leave them in the sun to dry for a little while. We'll leave them on this paper for about 3 days, and then when they're dry, you just put them into this jar here and label it, and they're saved in my hand. This is a seed. It's a miracle. It's got your new life in it for next year and the year to come and the year after that. Get the kids planting. Get in the garden. Go. Now you know how to save your seeds, and see how easy it is. Just remember, save from your best plants every year, and you'll have a garden every year of your life. Go for it.